I'll be working with the data set live, showing you how to actually work with a real data. So whether you attended the project or you just walked through it or you tried or you attempted it, so we're going to see how to actually analyze data. And please don't go anywhere. The most important part of today is in the last 10 minutes of this live review. So, but before we touch anything, before we touch the project, I just want to take 10 minutes to talk about something bigger. Okay, because I think a lot of you might not fully realize what we are actually sitting on, and data analysis is not just a skill. That is what I need us to know. It is one of the highest in demand, highest paid discipline on this planet right now, and we are just in the early innings of it. Yes. Just think about every company that exists today: banks, hospitals, e-commerce brands, government agencies, startups, NGOs. Every single one of them is generating data 24 hours a day, and most of them cannot make sense of that data. They need people who can make sense of their data. And the World Economic Forum listed data analysis as one of the top 10 most in-demand roles globally. Companies like Google, Meta, Flutterwave, Zenith, MTN, they are all hiring data people right now, like aggressively. And here's what makes this even more exciting. This field is a field where you can speak louder than your certificate. If you can do the work, definitely you're going to get hired. That's just the game of data analysis. And I'm going to be specific with you right now in the market. Even a junior data analyst with even just 6 months of real experience, I mean, even if it's internship experience, is landing like, okay, maybe in the local currency, like 300 to 600 per month. And like a mid-level, we are talking about like 800 to 1.5. And if you want to work remotely, remote roles with international companies is like $1,500 to $4,000 per month. And if you're a freelancer, like just working on projects, on Upwork, on Fiverr, clients are paying just $500 to $2,000 for a single dashboard. I mean a single one. So that's why I said a lot of us, we don't know what we are actually sitting on, playing with this data set as given. Though this is just a scratch, this is just the surface, because what we actually do in the paid program, the data analytics career track, where we go deeper into all of the job market, the tools, the real world projects, salary negotiation, how to position yourself. Everything I'm showing you today is literally one of these sections. This is just a craft out of the month of structured learning, guided work we actually do. So if any of you have been on this, let me say, maybe fence, maybe just investigating or just investing in, or not taking this career seriously, just stay with me to the end of today's session because I'm going to share more about this. Okay, so the project I gave was a raw data set, so we need to clean it, explore it, extract meaningful insights, and present those insights visually. So the way you would work if a manager maybe asks you like, or a client asks you for a report. So that is the way we want to work with this data set. And this is what a data analyst does, like in the first week of your job. You get the data, messy, you clean it, you make sense of it, you tell a story you tell a story with the data. So I hope you're with me. I hope I'm not against myself. Give me a thumbs up or let me see your response in the chat. Okay. So now let's dive into the real work, why we are here. So can we see my screen? Okay. So the first mistake many people make.
Yes, I can.
Okay. So the first mistake many people make when they open a data set is just trying to create charts immediately. And I'm telling you today to never do that. It's not just to see a data set and what comes to your mind is, oh, let me create a chart. No. Before a single chart is created, an analyst will ask, what business problem am I trying to solve? So you need to look at this data set. Okay. So you need to look at the data set, look at the columns, understand what your columns is saying. By looking at the columns, you know what is inside the column. You know the columns is giving you an insight of what is inside your data set. So yes, we have other days, customers, regions, and all of that. Now imagine you're working with a retail company. Don't see yourself as an external body. See yourself in the company when working with a data set. Imagine you're working with this retail company. The CEO will not just wake up and start asking you, can you create pie chart for me? No. But the CEO will want to know which product is making us money. That is what the CEO wants to know. So looking at the data set, you know that, oh, this is like a retail company. That is the first thing that comes to your mind. The CEO wants to know which product is making us money, which region is performing best. Are you with me? Where are we losing profit? That is what the CEO wants to know. Where are we losing profit? Should we continue offering discounts? So with your columns, from your columns, you generate questions. Like now we have the region column. So from this region column, you can say which region is performing best in this retail company. So what you need to do first is question. What question comes to your mind? Not chat. chart comes later, where you can now visualize your analysis and communicate your findings to the stakeholders. So now, without wasting much of our time, let's look at each column. So this order ID is telling us, is giving us like a transaction tracking, the order ID. That's what will come to our mind. The order date, this order date, this normally is under time analysis, where you want to know the trend, while the customer ID is telling us the customer behavior, and the region is giving us like a geographical performance. Inside the region, you can see we have this retail company in the West region, the North region, the East region, the South region. While this channel is telling us if this product is actually purchased online or in store. So that is what the channel is communicating to us. While the product category is under different segments. We have the accessories, the clothing, the electronics, the home. While the product is giving us product level insights and all of that. So let me ask us this question. Is this data set, is it clean? First of all,
No.
with the data, we need to duplicate it. We duplicate the data. So is this data set clean?
No.
No. So apart from the basic one, we can see we have discount percentage, gross revenue, discount amount. So we need to know the meaning of all these things. You don't just work with data and you don't even know the meaning of what you're working with. Like the gross revenue is telling us the revenue before they gave discount in this company. And this discount percentage is the pricing, and this discount amount is the pricing strategy. So in an organization or in a retail company, they see, oh, this product is not moving too well. Let's try to put some discounts in it. So after giving discounts, you see that, oh, the sales are moving. So this discount percentage is the pricing strategy. The pricing strategy impact on in this retail company. While the net revenue is the actual earning, that is after removing the discount and everything, the actual earning, that is the net revenue. While the cost per unit is the operational cost, and the total cost is the operational cost, while the profit is the business outcome. The business outcome. And the profit margin is efficiency metric. So you need to know all this before working with your data set. So all of this is what we actually explain deeper. It's actually deeper than this. This is just a simple project actually. So what we do in the paid community is actually much more deeper than this. So do we have any questions? Please, if you have any questions, you can drop it in the chat. If we have any questions, you can drop it in the chat. So I hope have we learned anything from what I've been saying? Have we learned anything? Please, this is an introduction, not just
Yes. Yes, we have. I have.
So because it's not just to analyze data, it's to actually, as a data analyst, you actually have to know how to think like an analyst, not just clicking buttons, not just clicking buttons. Because the real skill of being a data analyst is to look at your data and answer what is happening in this data. With my explanation, you already know what is happening in this data. You already know what is happening. Then why is it happening? Why is it happening? And what should we do next? So that is where our analysis comes in. And if you can answer these three questions, these three easy frameworks I just gave, you become much more valuable than people just watching tutorials and not implementing it. Okay, somebody said, how do I know if the data is clean? Oh, yes, that's a good question. If you want to know, it's actually a long process. You need to check for duplicates, you need to check for missing values, you need to check the data type. Sometimes, especially in Excel, a numeric column can come in a text form. So this is what we do. We check everything. Like in the same community, you check everything. You need to know, not just working and clicking buttons that, oh, okay, sales region and the product price. Okay, this is the highest sales, this is no. It's for you to understand the business, like you are already in the company before working with the data. So that is why we're here. It's not just, most of us did well with the analysis, like, oh, product and sales, this one, that is fine. But you need to also know how to do, like you're already in that company, no matter the data set you're working with. If you're working with health data, product data, anything, any HR analysis, you work as if you're already in that organization. So now let's go into our analysis. Like I said, stay with me right to the end of this section because you're going to know and actually enjoy the section. So now let's go column by column. Like I said, the order ID is the transaction ID. Each order should be unique. Each order should be unique. So in this data set, this order ID represents our primary key. So each order are unique transactions. So we have our order date. This tells us when things happen. This tells us, okay, this is the date. This is when this transaction happens. So this helps us to analyze trends over time. So with this data, we can discover the best month, the slow period, seasonal trends. There is lots of analysis you can derive from this data, but I'm just going to pick strategic months and visualize it, so we don't waste much of our time. So from this data, the data we can see is in date. We have to make sure it's in date. So this is already in date. So from this data, I want to extract the month from this data. So how do I do that? I'm going to insert the column. Is anybody working with me? So I want to extract the month column from this data. So how do I do that? I'm going to use the text. So can you see the text convert a value to text in a specific number format? So click on text, my value, and what format do I want it? I want it in the short format. That is why I use the 3N. So I've extracted the most from this data set. Like I said, the data do not help us analyze trend over time. So that is why I am extracting the most from this data set. So I can also extract the year. I can extract year, day name, also day number. Let me insert string symbols. So let me extract the number. So when I load it later on, in my notes, it's always good to so I've extracted the day number from this. Let me extract the day name. Let me extract the year. So you can see now I've done that. So next we have our region. This one shows the sales happening geographically, like I said earlier. So with this region column, because someone was saying I don't know how to ask questions. If you are in this business or you're the owner of this business, what would you ask with this region column? Definitely you want to know the best region, the best performing region. That is a question already. You want to know which region is least profitable, right? Are we there?
Yeah.
I hope it's not boring. I hope we're enjoying
It's not boring.
Hello. So sorry. I would
It's not boring.
it. Okay.
Is it possible to increase your volume? Thank you.
Yes, please increase the volume.
So can you hear me now?
Yeah.
So like I said, the from the region column, just seeing the column already, you want to know which region performs best, which region is least profitable, just from looking at the column. You don't need to start asking or finding out, oh, what questions do I need to answer from this data set? No. Because that is what we see in the state community. You don't need to give questions. You just give it the data set. You already know what to do. Because we're going to train you on how to generate questions by yourself. You're going to know what to do by yourself. You don't need questions, you don't need tasks. Mainly looking at the data, even if it's an HR data or any data, product data, any sector, because like I explained earlier, data analysis is used in every sector on this planet, because we generate data every day. So, and I said the channel tells us how the customer purchase. When looking at this channel, you already know, oh, okay, this is how the customer purchase each product, either in store or online. And from this channel, what comes to your mind? What question can you ask from this channel? What question can you ask? Can anybody try?
What is the most profitable channel?
Channel. Is it online or is it in store? Which one is more profitable for us? Which channel generates more sales? So from each column, you already know what to ask. So this is, can you see, you're already answering the question. So this is just the surface. We see more of this inside the community. We don't just give data sets and give videos. No, it's live and practical. The way we are doing it right now, live and practical. So now next, the product category. Now I noticed some products appear in inconsistent categories. Can you see this headphone? You can see the category electronics. Another one, t-shirt, headphones. Let's see. Let's see. I think this is. Let me bring out the symbol. I think I made a mistake. I chose the screen data. Okay, so let me use this to show. So you can see the headphones. You can see the headphones. Headphone is an home. Headphone is in clothing. Can you see? It's just scattered. What is in home? What is under accessories? Can you see some inconsistency there?
Yes.
Because headphone is supposed to be under just electronics. Watch is just supposed to be under accessories. You understand? Not a mix of them. Once you have a mix of these, your analysis will be wrong. So somebody that asks me, how do I know if the data is wrong? This is part of it. If the data set is messy. Because headphones are supposed to just be under electronics. So this mistake would have happened during data entry when they were entering this data. So a data analyst, your job is to clean the data. The job is to clean the data. S1 appears under home, appears under clothing, and appears under electronics, which is not supposed to be so. So I'm going to apply the filter. Check this, go to the headphone. So can you see headphone is under home, clothing, electronics, all of that, which is not supposed to be so. So as a data analyst, you need to correct this inconsistency. So the person that said, how do I know if the data is clean? So can you see this is not clean at all? Are you there?
Yes, yes. Yes, yes.
Over here.
So if the reports are categorized wrongly, your report becomes misleading, your profit analysis becomes inaccurate, and the business decision will be wrong, will become wrong. Because why are you working with this data? Obviously, the business needs you to give them a decision after doing your analysis. And if you're doing it wrong, how do they get the correct business decision? You can. So now our job is to make sure the headphone is in only the electronic category, the watch is in accessories, the backpack is in accessories, the blender is in home, all of that. So now we selected our headphone, we have our headphone. So I'm just going to find and replace. Find and replace this. What am I finding? I'm finding the phone. And what do I want to replace it with? I want to replace it with electronic. So I'm going to put replace all. So can we see? We have 15 replacements. Can you see my screen? We have 15 replacements already. Press OK.
Please, I didn't get that.
You don't see my screen?
I'm seeing the screen. The screen is showing, but it's not showing what you are explaining. It's better now.
Okay. So I said I'm just going to find and replace. I already did for the home. So let me go for other. So what do we have again? We have clothing. So I'm just going to replace the clothing with electronics, because the headphone is supposed to be under electronics in the product category. So I'm just going to click replace. So have we seen all done? We've made 27 replacements. Okay. So is it still dirty? Yes. You can still see accessories. Headphone under accessories. So I'm just going to replace the accessories with electronics. Replace all. Okay, we've done 17 replacements. Okay. So do we have, so instead of scrolling down, let me just, okay, now everything is under electronics. Okay. So,
Please, I have a question.
yes.
You know, under clothing, there was T-shirts. What if that company also deals in T-shirts, not just headphones
Yes, what do you
alone?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So let's go to backpack. We pick backpack. I uncheck everything and pick backpack. So let's see what backpack is giving us. So backpack is giving us accessories, clothing, electronics, and backpack is supposed to just be under accessories. So we're still going to do the same thing. We're going to find and replace. What are we finding? We're finding.
Sorry there. What was your shortcut to find and replace?
I'm just going to look for clothing and replace it with accessories because backpack is supposed to be under accessories. So replace all. So we've made 21 replacements already. Okay. So we still have hair. You can see under home. So I'm just going to cancel this, put home, find home. So I'm telling Excel, anywhere you see home, replace it with accessories. So replace replacement. So let's check. Oh, we still have electronics there. Can you see? So I'm just going to look for electronics and replace it with accessories. So let's see. Now backpack is under accessories. It's under accessories. So next, blender. Let's check if our blender is wrong. Blender. Oh, blender 2 is wrong. Totally wrong. Blender is supposed to be under home. So I'm just going to look for where electronics, we already have electronics there, and we're replacing it with home. So replace all. So we still have errors there. Clothing. So I'm replacing it with home. Replace 19 replacement. We still have errors there. Accessories. So all these errors come in different forms. Data cleaning can come in different forms. Data cleaning is not just in one form, like what I'm speaking now. There are a lot of things in it, and you need to always work on project. So data cleaning can come in different forms. So this error may occur during data entry or during extraction. So I'm going to replace this. Okay. So do we have okay, so now blender is under home. So let's check what next. We've done for headphones. Let's do for gym. So now this list we're seeing here, so it's telling us that this retail company, these are their products. Backpack, blender, all of these are their products. So for gym, we also have gym is supposed to be under clothing. So I'm going to replace this with clothing. Replace all. So I'm going to look for home. Replace this with clothing. Replace all.
I just have a quick question here. Since we're modifying the content of the original table, is it a good practice that we preserve the original table and
Yeah.
then just create another?
Yeah, I said that at the beginning of the
Sorry, yeah.
section that you need to duplicate your data.
Got it. Thanks.
Yeah, you need to duplicate your data before cleaning it. You don't work on the original data set that was being extracted. So then 25 replacement. Let's check if we have, okay, so J now is under so we have for sneakers, we do the same for sneakers. So we find and replace. Sneakers is supposed to be under clothing. So replace replacement. So now under clothing. So let's check for t-shirt. mistake, there's a lot of error under the picture. Picture is supposed to be under coding. So let me copy successful. And as a data analyst, you need to be patient with your data. Data cleaning takes like 70 to 80% of an analyst's time. So once you clean your data, the rest is just very easy.
Another question here, since we're talking about real data set here. I'm not sure how it is with the companies, but do they use a certain template for cleaning up data, or do they follow certain steps? And that varies depending on each company, or there's just one way of doing things.
Okay. So, like I said, data cleaning comes in different forms. Data cleaning comes in different forms. There is no template for knowing how to clean data. But you need to know the functions you need to do to clean the data set. Everything about data cleaning. There are some things you need to know. Like I mentioned earlier, duplicate, data type, finding inconsistency. So the list is long. You need to know this is it. So with that, you have an idea of what to clean, no matter how the data set looks like, or where you're doing your extraction from, anywhere you're extracting the data, even if it's definitely do what data set. You just need to know everything about data cleaning. So you need to know the list of everything about data cleaning. Then you can work with any data set. There is no formula to a particular data set.
Okay, please, I have a question. Is it that before working on the data set, we have a prior knowledge of what the company does?
Okay.
Hello, did you hear me?
Yes. So now, that is why in the mentorship program we are about to have, we'll communicate with them, because data analysis is not just, that is, I made a post on LinkedIn that people just apply for data analyst position. It's wrong. So, like in the trade community, we'll train you if you know you want to go with, if you're into the HR lane. So we train you on HR analysis, different real-world projects on HR analysis. If you're in the health sector, we train you on the health sector, different data sets on the health sector. So you know what it looks like in the real world when you're now inside the job. You will know what to do once you're inside the job. So we train you on different sectors. We also have government and policy. So there are different sectors. So you need to have an idea of all this before saying you're applying for a job, and you need to be well trained, not just clicking buttons and all of that. Like I explained this, you need to understand your data set first before saying you want to go into analysis. I got so many questions that, though I could not laugh, though people are just saying, oh, data analysis, but they are just learning how to click. They are not really understanding the business part of it. So once you're working with the data set, you need to see yourself in that company, and you really need to know, oh, this is the path I want to go with. Like I just published a book. It will give you direction on where to go if you don't know the direction to go. In that book, it will tell you, or if you study this, and due to your personality, if you know who you already know who you are. So reading it will give you insight on, oh, okay, let me go with this path. I'm definitely going to do well in this path. Forget about, okay, IP or anything. You need to go with the path that you really enjoy. That you will really, really enjoy. It's just like someone that's not patient, cleaning this data, you'll be like, I'm already tired. But me cleaning the data, I'm enjoying it. Like, I'm enjoying it. So, do you get me? Hello?
Yes, yes, yes.
Did I answer your question, please?
She gave a thumbs up, so I think, yeah.
So, we're doing the work. So, what should be under assessment? So, I'm going to replace all. I'm going to replace all the own to assessment. Replace all the students with assessment. Okay. Okay, I think that's all. So now I can select for OK and I see everything is in order. There is no inconsistencies in the data element. So the quantity tells us which unit I was sold, the price, I already explained the percentage discount, the gross profit, and everything. So everything is now clean. Everything is now clean. So because of our time, let's
Hello. Hello, ma. So before we move on, please, I think someone asked the question, which is also what I wanted to ask. You talked about earlier when we said, okay, what do we do in data analysis? And you talked about so many aspects, especially data type. So I know that right now this is not Power Query where we can see the data type. So someone even asked, like, is it okay to use Power Query to clean this data, or just in this table form that you're doing?
oh, Cloudberry is the actual place where we clean data. Yes, definitely we use Cloudberry. We use Cloudberry.
Okay, thank you.
So this is just a live session based on the data set that was given actually. But in the same community, we go through all the old what you need to know, everything on Excel, SQL, Power BI, Python, everything, all the modules. It's not just teaching you want to know. We're going through all the modules deeply.
You're in other words saying that the paid circle is very important.
Exactly.
You need to be there.
It's not just learning at the surface level. Though the community is just to bring everybody together, share insights, ask questions when you're stuck, and all of that. But this doesn't happen every time in the community. Just maybe when the project is given, then we choose a date for the live review. But for the paid community, we do 2 times a week, every week. You must learn 2 times a week live where you work on data from the ABC of data analysis to the advanced level. So we're not just jumping into data cleaning, no. We're just picking the data cleaning, the project that was given. But for the first community, it starts from the ABC. Like even if you don't know anything about data analysis, we start from the scratch to the advanced level. So there is lot we can actually do with this data, but because of our time, I'm just going to go straight into the analysis. So let me create another sheet. So we're going to do pivot analysis with this data set. I'm going to insert our pivot table. I already created a sheet, so I'm just going to choose where I want my pivot table. So now in the pivot table, you already see the columns we have in the data set. Instead of switching between sheets, you already see your fields here. Fields are also called columns. So there are actually a lot of things you can do here, but I think I'm just going to go to the strategic question. Yes. So we can now visualize things.
Sorry, is this section being recorded?
Okay, yes, it's being recorded.
Okay. If
Okay, so I'm going to increase my voice. So I said I'm just going to ask some strategic questions because there are a lot of analysis that we can actually do with this project. A lot. You can ask like 20, 25 questions. So let us go straight to the strategic questions and we can wrap up here. So like I said in the video, I said which region performs best, and which region is least profitable. This is one first, and this is profitable. So to say which region performs best and least profitable. Definitely you already know we should work with the region only. So I'm just going to pick my region. And the next revenue. So this is telling us the region performing best and which region is least profitable. So I'm just going to pick for my profit. So
okay, it seems like you did a lot there, but we can't even understand what you did. It's only going to be done in the paid section, huh?
yeah, I'm just So I don't want long value because my exact goal don't give long value. You just want to be short. You just go with it. So it gives you accurate. So now, once I pick medium component, now after picking the column, it is a good video. How do you change it? How do you change it? Something you're trying to copy so normally, once you apply your table, your first command show your goal so just change it. So the table table can actually be in different shapes so that your table doesn't lap over each other. No, I'm just going to do it in one shape. So now this is giving us the and their next revenue. That is the revenue after the discount. After this something they do. This is the next revenue and the profit. And you need to know that I sales doesn't mean I profit. So it doesn't mean that it's a loss. So let's move on to the profit. So what other questions can we ask? Let's go with the items that we have and so let's know are expensive items profitable and if let's find out. Let's find out. Let's find out. My expensive items profitable. Are they profitable? Are they cheaper items? The cheaper items sell more. So let's find out. So I'm just going to check all of this. Then do it in break. So for me, with the product, other products that is where you see all the items that are in this. Oh, you're not hearing me. Hello? Can you hear me now?
Yep, I can hear you.
Yes, I hear you.
I'm so sorry. I hope my voice is okay. I'm going to improve this. So I said the product name is where we can find all the items because we want to know are expensive items profitable. So I'm just going to pick the unit price, pick my net revenue, and my profit. So what can you actually tell with this data? What can you point out to this? Is anyone there?
I was disconnected. I just connected now. So it's like I've missed a lot. Please, will this meeting be recorded?
Yes, yes, please.
Okay, please, so that I can watch. Thank you.
So it's not about watching, it's about practicing. It's about practicing.
Yes, that's true.
Because you might watch and when they give you the data,
Okay.
that's blank. Like you already know what to do.
That's true. That's true. Thank you.
Yeah, I have another question. Yeah, I noticed that you were doing data summarization already after the cleanup. So as I was watching, and based on what I did, the cleanup I did in Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets rather. Then after doing the cleanup, I went to upload the data in Power BI. Would you recommend just working on Microsoft Excel from cleaning to summarization, and just visualization later comes in when Power BI is used?
So the ability for you to be able to clean in Excel, SQL, Power BI, using any tool will give you an edge over someone that doesn't know a particular tool. So So what we're doing here, we can actually do it in SQL, we can do it in Power BI, we can do it with any tool actually. So not just Excel. So most of the people chose Excel, they work with Excel, so that is why they're doing Excel. They can actually do it in Python, in Power BI, SQL, Excel, any of the tools. So not just particularly with Excel.
Thank you.
So I also said extra. So let's go with discount. I think most people use discount. Like, as is discount affecting the profit? Is it affecting the high discount costing losses? So what is, as a business owner, if you're the owner of this business, these are the questions you need to know. Oh, this discount I'm giving, is it affecting my profit? You really want to know about that. High discount costing losses. So just find that over the So this is the discount and the profit. So now, in this business, there was 20% discount, 15% discount, 10% discount, 5% discount, and there was a product that there was no discount at all. So now, when looking at this data set, you don't need to do a data analysis, or you don't even need to have an idea. What can you say about this discount and the profit? Let's try. This is really important.
I think
No discount yielded more profit. And 20%, no, 10% was enough. I'm not seeing this clearly. Okay, it's better now. Thank you. So looking at it, 0% discount is more profitable, saying that if they don't give discounts, they'll make more profit. And if they give 10% discount, they'll still make profits, but not as much as 0 discount. That's what I can say for me.
So you now, what do you recommend for this business? What do you recommend?
Yeah, I would recommend. I would recommend that the products that there was no discount, they should increase the product that there was no discount, which will make it more profitable for them.
Exactly. So can you see, you're already analyzing data, you're already recommending business decisions.
Definitely. Okay.
So, so there are more to this, like deeper analysis, there are more to this than the surface level. So you don't really need to know anything. You already, based on the discount and the sum of profit, you already know what is giving this business more profit. You already know what recommendations for you to give them. So that's it. It's not about just taking discount is profit. What this means, no. So I can look at a yearly trend. So after this, we're going to make a report. So we're going to make a report and so we're going to visualize it. So yearly trend. So we extracted the month. Right? We extracted the month from this number. Then we also extracted years, right? We extracted years. So we want to know how things will actually move. So for this data set, we have 2025 and 2026 data. So okay. Obviously, we are not already in almost about it. It's definitely going to be excellent. So that's why we have this. So now, can you see what the extraction I did, the month, the year? So can you see how we are making use of it?
Yes, yes, and it's even much easier.
Can you see? So
Yes,
see how sales was moving each month in 2025 and each month in 2026. So this is now giving you deeper analysis. You can just do month and sales, then you know. But yeah, it's giving us each month and the sales for each month. So there's actually a lot. So I just picking some analysis that is actually meaningful to the company. That's actually meaningful, not just doing analysis. So that is why I said you need to think first before working with your data. If you didn't think, if you not go through the data, it's not reading. You just say, okay, we have to spread the names, just pick this, you're done with this thing. So, but someone that we have like a business thinking before analyzing the data, then visualizing meaningful stuff. There is not, I think there is not you can do. I'm just picking up important things, but there is not you can do with this data. So this meaningful one, because the company wants to know, and this one affecting the sales, this is like an important thing, a major thing for the business. Because why are you doing business? It's for you to make profit. You're not doing business just to be selling to people and nothing to show for it. It's to make profit. So a business will actually want to know what's happening because they actually don't have idea how to do this. All business, any business owner don't have an idea of how to do this. That is why they need a data analyst. That is why data analysis is very useful in every business sector, every organization. So let's go into segmentation, like knowing the revenue contribution, the sales contribution, the regional. Let's say what okay, we've not done anything on category. So what category contributes the highest share of the company? Let's do that. What category? Yes. So this is something for business management. What category contributes the highest share of the company? So we're going to go by category. So imagine we did not claim this category. The people that submitted their analysis didn't claim the category. Yeah, imagine you did not claim the category. It's going to be lower value. So
I didn't clean my category.
so now imagine you didn't claim the category. Some items will be in the asset sheet and it will increase the business, it will increase the revenue, which is a lie. That is why it doesn't just hire any data analyst. You need to be accurate with what you're calculating. You need to be accurate with your calculations. Because you cannot just project just any business decision for that company. If not, a data analyst will bring up that company or bring down the company. So you need to be very accurate with your analysis. So let's also okay, we've done category. What else can we do? We can also know the by profit. Yes, by profit. The category that contribute the largest profit. Let's just say profit contribution by category. So we already know. So with this one now, which category is actually giving the business or give the business high revenue?
Clothing.
Clothing.
Now we know clothing gives the business high revenue. Now we want to know the profit. So change the profit. Can you see the what can you notice? Sorry, sir. What can you notice?
I noticed that even the clothing, I think the clothing is giving more sales and more profit to the business.
Yes, it's true.
So about the
Clothing is more profitable.
what other?
Okay.
You can see
I've gone off. I can't see your screen again.
accessories is also doing well from the analysis at sales and then profit.
So this is based on this data set. When you need to know that sometimes you might have high revenue but no profit. So it happens. You might be selling a particular product, but that is not the product where you're getting your profit. So you need to also have that as part of your mind. Let's do one more before going into the visualization. Let's do one more. One more.
Sorry, I have a question.
Okay.
So, now that you know that this we have the clothing is doing very well in both sales and
Yes, I can hear you anymore. Are you there?
business, knowing fully well that these categories of products are doing well in certain regions. Do you tell them to still invest there or just relax and keep doing what they've been doing before to sustain it? That's what I'm asking.
Yes, they'll definitely invest more in the clothing line because that's what is generating profit for that business. That is what is generating profit for that business. So the people investing more in clothing while looking for strategy on how to increase their sales for other products. Are you there?
I got you clear. Thank you.
I'm not seeing your screen, no.
Oh, please take it off and come back. Is there any other person see my screen? Or my screen is not open?
I can see.
Okay. Please maybe you go up and come back. So you can.
It's back.
No,
It's back.
fine, I can see.
I can see it now.
Okay. So I said, let's do one more. So let's do this confirmation. There we go. So now we can see the revenue each region is generating. So this data set is telling us that these retail companies have their business in 4 regions. And this is the revenue each of the regions is generating for them. So which of the regions is generating high revenue?
The northern north. The north.
Okay. So what do you advise them to do?
They should expand. They should expand and increase the product that is giving them the most revenue in that region.
So this analysis is actually interesting and very, very interesting when analyzing data. So it's actually this part is very, very important. And the ability for you to know what to do, that is what makes it interesting. Not just technical things, but you know what to do. Though sometimes you can clean the data for 2 days. Yes, even someone that already knows you can clean the data for 2 days. Because the data can come from different forms. Not just, oh, this is what to do in data cleaning. But for you to know all the tactics in data cleaning, definitely you can clean any data once you know all the tactics. And now, kind of, we have AI too, but if you don't know anything, I don't recommend you using AI at all because AI is not in the business. They are the ones in the business. So you should know when something is wrong and something is right. Sometimes you can ask AI and it will give you wrong answer. But if you don't know it, you don't have an idea of it, you just do it like that and it will give you wrong analysis. So you really need to know it before you can now apply AI to make the analysis. Because I got that message in my DM when I gave the data set that can I use AI? And I said, okay, have you put in the data? So I said, no, that the data is clean. I said, oh, wow, okay. You can use AI, but AI won't give you what you're supposed to know. AI won't give it to you, or you won't know how to ask AI. But once you know what to do, you already know what to do, or maybe you forget a step. That's when you can now ask AI as assistant. You will know the questions to ask. Because it's what you ask, maybe ChatGPT or Gemini, that is what it gives back to you. But if you don't ask the correct thing, you don't even know what to ask, you don't know anything about it, then so that's it. So now,
Okay, ma, please, I have a question.
okay.
Now, is it compulsory that we must use all the columns in analyzing?
No, sometimes you don't need all the columns.
Okay.
People use all the columns. You use gross revenue.
Okay.
But there is not you can actually analyze this data. I just pick some of it that are very, very, very useful for the stakeholders to know. Because the stakeholders already, they just have this, they don't know what to do with it.
Okay.
That is why they are employing you as a analyst. When you now to them, people say, oh, wow, okay, you know, trigger, oh, okay, we need to invest more.
Okay.
But they don't know how to analyze, they don't know what and what to do with it. You don't really need much, but you don't need to ask your ability to bring out strategic insights from the data. That is what makes you valuable. Now, someone that will just see things and say, oh, okay, I have the data, I have all that, I have this one, I have that one, let me just take, do 5 of it for me to take it up. No. But the ability to bring out strategic insights from the data makes you more valuable, gives you more edge overall.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
I also think that the columns to use should be based on the parameters of the questions being asked. Yeah. Or what do you think?
Yes, so it depends. In an organization, they might give you a certain question that we want to know this. We don't like they just give it a raw data set and they give you some questions that they really want to know. While some companies they really don't maybe have an idea of maybe what it is, they are the ones to now present it to them. While some organizations will tell you that okay, we want to know the profit for each region, we want to know if our business is doing well, we want to know how the profit is moving, how the trend, the sales trend for each day, each month, we want to know that. So some organizations will give you tasks to do. While some we just give you a data set, so you should be able to bring out valuable insights from it. So that brings me back to what I told her earlier, that your ability to bring out valuable insights, then presenting it, communicating it. Also, communication is a skill that should be learned. Your ability to not present it to stakeholders makes you much, much more valuable. So please, did I answer your question?
Yes.
So hello, ma. I have one question. So, looking at the data set, you can see that some of the profits came, even though everything has been summed up to a sum of profit, but some of the rows have the company was at a loss. So, relating this to where you said were more profit costing the company more losses, how do you get this insight, and how do you, I don't know, present it or something? Because at first, when I saw the table, I saw negative value. I see, this one needs to be cleaned. It was when I now went through all the rows and the columns, I saw that, okay, it's not a wrong entry. It was actually a negative profit as a loss for the company. Though, but when you sum up everything, it seems that, okay, profits are still going on regardless. So I don't know if what is coming to my mind now should be correlation. Maybe you're not trying to correlate, okay, this is the total revenue and this is the profit. So what's the correlation like and all that? I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say.
Like correlation between the profit and
The revenue, yes, because yes, but I'm saying that when you look at the individual rows, you see that some of the products were purchased, but there were negative profit, that there were losses. You understand? But when you sum up everything, it seems that okay, maybe there's still a substantial profit regardless. But looking at the total revenue and the total profit, I don't know, is it correlation you now begin to bring in to say, okay, this might not be the best margin? I don't know if you get what I'm
okay, yes, yes. So we did like for this year trend, we did just for the month and year. So once we go deeper into daily trends, like the business wants to know how much we are selling per day and how much are we making per day. So what
okay.
then you can see negative value. You understand?
Mm.
So that's what she's saying. Under the profit margin, we had negative profit margin.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the
Okay.
same thing. Yeah. So, like I said, I'm just bringing out strategic questions from you that there are a lot we can ask. We can ask, is online more profitable? What are the sales trend daily, the daily sales trend? What is happening each day? What are we selling? How is it moving? We need to know. You understand? There are a lot, actually, there are a lot. I'm just trying to rush this because our time is running out and I don't want to take too long. You understand? So, but that is actually what we sit in the faith community. Like we break things down, everything, not just rushing and so that you can really understand what this data is talking about. So with this little knowledge, if you feel this kind of data set, I'm definitely sure you should be able to contribute. Though even if you don't have maybe deeper knowledge into this yet, but you should be able to know, oh, it's okay to go and all of that. So once we go deeper into that, then we cannot be working on other things we are asking.
All right, thank you.
So can you see with this visuals now? This visual is telling us more stories. mandatory, the visual or the analysis. Maybe looking at it.
The visual is more. It's the better visual. The visual.
So just working through this because of our time. And normally once it comes to train, you use the mindset. Once it comes to train, you use the mindset. So it's not just about that. So now doing that and just presenting it like that, looking, it's not actually all the tasks are not okay. I must say they're not okay actually. So you need to, as you do presenting your task, making it look fine. Okay, so it's not about time, it's not about this thing, but I think you need to present something really nice and all of that. So let me start from this first one. I think I have to okay. So I already have a template already here. I already have the template. I need to explain. Can we do like
Yes. Yes.
okay. So there are
Yes.
different templates you can get. You can also create a template. So I created this template. You can already just talk about time, so we don't waste so much of time. So there are different things you can get templates and also you can create a template. But in our community, we teach you how to make a very nice dashboard, how to create your own. We teach you how to create, you can use Canva, you can use PowerPoint, you can use different, so we teach you how to create it. You can just go online to have an idea of what you want to do. Then you make your, so it's not just putting all those tasks that we do, just putting it, no. So I'm just going to find this. Okay, very open. Then I don't want to grade mine. I don't want to get open. I don't want to stay. I don't want to get to have it. So I will stick to see that again. So this makes it more precise. So I'm just going to move this into the picture. So this one is the region and the purpose. Region and purpose analysis. And I don't need this color. So I'm just going to format it to full color. So and doing that, but you don't have to do so much colors. Don't just go with a particular one. Two colors are okay. Two colors are okay for what I think. You don't just okay. Okay. So, and let's move this into my report. Okay, so next, let's so can you see how that's what I'm looking at, on like just putting different colors on chart and so I don't know off the big line. I don't want the big line. I want my legends at the bottom. So this legend is telling us that this color, this particular color is the sum of unit revenue and the profit. So I don't want the vertical. So you're going to see how we do it and how the dashboard will look like at the end of the moving things to move on the data label to inherit the thing. Then you can make it more good, so it will be visible. So all the things you always need, but once you practice, that's when you see how so can you see the difference between the one Excel gave us and how it's actually looking at?
Yes. I have a question. In my chat, should I go with the company color or I'm at will to use any color?
Okay. Well, you can go with the company color. So it depends.
Okay.
Well, you can go with the company color.
Okay. Thank you.
I did not make it too shouty and all of that. Just it's simple. If you're going with blue and maybe blue and the strategy you can use. So do you want us to finish the dashboard? So what I just need you to know is that data analysis program, the live program, is actually structured and it is method program design. Yeah. So it's designed to take you from where you are right now, regardless of your background, or your, regardless of your background. So it take you to job ready, actually. So not just watching videos and clicking buttons. But you actually know what to do. Okay, so this is weekend option. So what can you say about this section?
It's wonderful.
Well, for me, it has been coded from a certain point. Once it was coded, it was from this dashboard now. You're doing a lot. But it's obvious that we need to be in that inner circle from your advertisement.
You say what?
I said it's been nice, but there's a lot of coded movement you've been doing here, and it shows that we need to be in that inner circle.
Actually, if you don't want to continue moving in the surface, because though out of my busy schedule, I'm actually just taking the time to keep the community, because most people don't really know what it is to be a data analyst. Actually, they're just thinking maybe they feel that it's just like this video editing. Okay, just no. This is like a professional career. This is not just it's just another skill that you just learn by the way. This is like a career. You're building a career. Something that you can even learn without going to the university. I know someone, okay, that is a dummy that just learned the course and got a job in a Ghana company. Not even university certificate or anything. Just what can you do? What can you deliver to our company? So obviously, you want someone to actually take your time to drill you to know what to do because this is a professional career, not just in your locality. This is like even international bodies. Because as a data analyst, you can have like so many streams of income. You can be a freelancer while still working in a company. You can feel maybe at your leisure time, take a moment, maybe every weekend, just pick a group of people or something. That's another source of income. So with this skill, you can have so many streams of income. It's not just another thing you learn, like, almost everybody on Instagram has actually or come and make a post. No, you definitely going to get money from that. But I'm saying this is a professional skill, not just any other skill. So that is why you need to invest your time in this. So let me actually show the end result. I think I've worked on this before. Let me check for it before I continue. Let me see the end result of this time examination. So, okay. So, this is the KPI. I didn't talk about it. Like I said, this is the rush section. I'm going to talk about KPI, the key performance indicator. Those are the key things an organization wants to know. So, in this data that...
And slides as well.
Yeah, the sliders. So thank God I didn't work on it before because because of the time, I'm trying to rush off on all of that. So if company wants to know, oh, okay, this data was given, is the total of that was 500. This is the profit, the total profit, the profit margin, the total revenue. So once I click on so this is an interactive dashboard that once you click, and you see, once I click on the each region, it's giving me more details on the east region. It's giving me more details on the north region. So it's telling me this product was the highest, this product made the highest profit on this product in the north region. So followed by this. So once you click, giving you a lot of giving you a lot of information. You understand? So the ability to communicate what you've done, this dashboard, the ability to communicate it with the stakeholders makes you very valuable because you also need communication skills, not just to work on dashboard and present your insights.
Okay, Chris.
Think it's giving us. So for this product is freedom for revenue so much. So it's telling us we had just two orders for this stuff, actually. So it's definitely going to be giving more details. Then total revenue for this was 3 or 5. So can you see how it works? So before I my head, someone asked me about the minus sign in the data in the dashboard. Please, are you still there? Can you see that this one is coming down?
Okay, yes.
Now, so
Yes, I can.
So can you see this is coming down? So this is so that's why I told you that I'm just rushing, just trying to make up with the time. Just to so this is so you actually go more deeper. But it takes time with the data set. So can you do this also? Coming down. Yes, okay. So that's how it works. And nothing else, just the summary of a data analyst. You extract your data. Once you extract your data, you clean the data, you analyze it, you do exploratory data analysis. Instead of that, you visualize the data. Instead of visualizing the data, then you communicate the findings from that data, you communicate with the stakeholders. That is just a brief summary or the summarization of the data analysis. And even if you want to be a data scientist, data engineer, you need to start from being a data analyst first. You need to start from being a data analyst. Because of that, you need to start from being a data analyst. So that is how it works.
Okay, so you also said you had you're going to give a report on this. Can I see how if there's a template or there's a already made report? Can I see how you made the report?
The report. I think I gave a template. Right? The project template.
I'm not sure.
Yes, you gave you gave us one
How many of
on the top one.
you need to post it on LinkedIn? How many of those want to post it on LinkedIn? How many?
I would love to post them.
You're going to follow our company page, Tech Trinity, and
Yes.
community. Tech Trinity Limited. Yes. You're supposed to follow the company page and also the community. Let's see my so people can see, oh yes, this is what is happening. Final presentation, okay. Okay, but let me just give a So we also teach you PowerPoint. So we will also teach you how to connect this data to your PowerPoint. While you are teaching your PowerPoint, it also changes. So we connect it with your analysis and your recommendation. But for presentation, first of all, you need to go objective, the business objective. First thing you need to do, the business objective. I think I wrote it a bit here. One of these is performance, profitability, and business trends. So that is the objective. So your report, that is the first thing you do. You have to check. How did you do this? How was it? Then you can tell them that, oh, that you identify something consistent, connect them to improve your data accuracy. Do you understand? So this is how you or your presentation. You need to jot down your steps. You don't just write, you need to jot it down. Write down your write down. Then the next thing in your report, your key findings. Your key findings. So these are
Eunice.
like your key findings. Electronic, maybe electronic generated eye profit or which one generated eye profit? Which one generated eye profit?
Clothing.
Clothing. The clothing generated eye profit. So those are the key findings. Then, we didn't even do anything online. Okay, I'm just rushing through this. That which channel generated. Let's change it. So which channel generated which channel? So we have the in-store. So which channel? Is it the in-store or the online that generated high revenue?
So I think it's install. You have more.
No, it's online.
Okay.
Online.
Okay, yes, it's 149.
All that. You write it down. So this is how to do your report, how to present your video. First of all, the objective, then your process, the data cleaning process, then your key findings. After your key findings, then what can you recommend to this organization? What can you recommend to recommendation? So this will reduce excess discounts. So the recommendation can be based on this discount. So what can you recommend? I think someone already said that we should invest more on the products that there was no discount. So the sales will continue to be high. So what can you recommend apart from that? What can you recommend this discount? Hello, are you there?
Okay, from the table, we already saw that no discount still gives the highest profit. Though as much as an average, I think the 10% discount gives a good amount of profit as well. So I think maybe they need to look at the product that had no discount and still give the sum of this amount of profit. Now, if the other ones had to make sales because of the discount, maybe they can just make it at a flat rate of 10% discount instead of going overboard as much as 20%. That's what I think, so that the company doesn't make so much losses.
So that's already giving recommendations. They're already giving recommendations already. So that is how the report should look like. So it's actually more. So you have to like do a standard report. Where these are the key things. Just this common framework and give it to you. It's just what you need to do. What you need to do and how you're supposed to do it. So, and real analysts are not valuable because they know food. That's what you need to know. They're not valuable because you know food. You're valuable if you can identify problems, if you can see messy data, if you can find patterns in that data set, if you can explain business insights clearly. That is what creates opportunity for a data analyst. So it's not just about, oh, I know Excel, I know Python. No. Can you relate it to a business insight? Can you relate it to a business insight? Because most people think data analysis is about tools. Oh, it's not about stacking tools. It's not about stacking it. It's about knowing, even though it's just really you know, if you can use that digital tool, definitely you're going to be valuable. Because it's about solving problems with data. The tools are just the medium. It's just the medium. But the real value is thinking clearly, asking questions, finding patterns, explaining that insight. Like we did initially, it's not just start analyzing. I was explaining what each column means. So in your head, you should know, oh, region means okay. So these organizations have their business in different regions. So that's it. And one thing I've noticed is that the people who grow fastest, they're not necessarily the ones that maybe blade the most. There are people who consistently implement it, they practice, get feedback, stay consistent, stay accountable. So and you can't do that alone, except you are in a community. So that is why we are building a more structured implementation community for serious learners who want project review, accountability, visibility, and practical goals. There are some people that don't want to learn and say, no, I don't want to do. Seriously, LinkedIn is just telling them, oh, okay, this is what I can do as a data analyst. If you don't post, how can a recruiter know what you're doing? And everything, every international body, if you have to apply for anything or you want to, they must ask, put in your LinkedIn link. Put it. They want to see you. If you're not visible, then they feel you're not valuable. That is the honest truth. They feel you're not valuable. So, I hope we've actually learned a lot from this section.
Yes.
Okay. So, what have you said about the section?
It was interesting.
I actually learned at least some things. I never knew that while doing data cleaning, you actually have to pay attention to the category. Like, most times you see these things and okay, and there are categories. I'm sure some of us already analyzed without even looking at to make sure they were in the right categories, but and that had a lot of effect on the analysis. So we've learned that one now. And I think actually when I see recommendation, insights, critical thinking, these things actually scare me a bit because you're not sure in what direction. But from this interactive class, you've seen that these are things that when you just sit down to look at and understand the concept of the data, there are things that just flow in naturally. So I really appreciate this. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So any other person? Okay. You're raising your hand to Madina?
Yeah. Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, thank you very much. I really appreciate the lecture and everything. It was very inspiring and very informative. But I don't know if the data set will work on, because I've been trying to check the group where the data set has been posted and even the dev templates. While I was filling the form, I just saw where questions were asked about the data set and the tools that we use to work with it. So I was surprised because I didn't know there was any data set. I don't know if it was posted before I joined the group or when. If it can be reshared in the group, so I will work on it too, because I've been looking for it in the group with the link and everything. I think I've equally asked for anybody who can reshare it so that I will get it. So if you can reshare it, please, I will appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, there's no problem. The link is in the announcement community. In the announcement community.
The announcement community. Well, I'm only in the general community. I don't know if they have.
No, everybody. Automatically, once you're added to the certain group, you're already in the
Okay.
I'm going to resend it.
All right. Okay, please. Thank you.
Okay, hello, ma.
Okay.
Yes, I think from the series of community and groups, there is a project group, and is it apart from the general group and the announcement community, are all the other ones the ones that you must pay for? You must pay to get in, or you can just join?
No. I'm telling people that try to request the decline because they have to make payments for the community.
Okay, so at what point do we get to know how much? Because I know I've asked in the chat, but there was no reply. Yes.
Okay. You can just send a DM to the number that is always posting on the group. You can send a DM.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Anybody that is interested in the paid community can just send a DM to that number, then you get the full details. So because data analysis is not just any other thing, like I said earlier. It's not just any other thing.
Okay.
Okay.
So you did a very good job today, and I'm sure everyone here appreciates it. So from now, where do we go from here? Are there still going to be other projects to be doing, or is this a one-off thing, or is it?
One of the forever thing. What is the community? So just because inside. If you're checking the department community, I dropped insights on different topics. But actually, started learning groups actually do the job. Because like I think 2 days ago, I dropped an insight on blue vine. Don't know if anybody knows, and I break down the blue vine. If you read that, you already have a bit of idea about blue vine experience. Definitely, you're just going to understand it. You just that short explanation. That's what we'll be dropping in the group from time to time to give you more insight on what you already know. But if you need a structured guided mentorship guidance, where you get for the community for life program.
Okay.
Maybe 2 times or 3 times a week, everyday life to come online to live for 2 to 3 hours. So it's structured like there's a program menu of what you're going to start with and what you're going to do. So not just know that, oh, this is where you're starting and this is what you're asking. The major skills that companies actually require, that recruiters actually require. Just like the job link is sent to the community, the job link, you see that it's stated, you must know maybe Excel, Power BI. And some might even break it down. In Excel, you must know pivot table, you must know Power Query, you must know modeling, you must know lookup, all the lookups, X lookup, D lookup. So there's some job description that breaks it down, that this is what you need to know. So we teach you everything you need to know about Excel. So that's why we start from the basic to the advanced level. This one now is just a random menu. You already know that yes, this is how business is. But you don't know where to start, where to stop, where to understand before you can move on to the next thing. because you need to know Excel, SQL, Power BI. That will make you more valuable. With just Excel, you can get a job. I actually wrote a guide how to use Excel. I posted it on my LinkedIn for those some people reach out and access how to earn with Excel as a beginner. You can actually start with Excel by knowing the major things you need to know, the major topics in Excel. But now,
Okay.
other things to make you more valuable. Okay?
So this the way AI is going, is there going to be need, because the way things are going, you have to have an idea of AI setting. I don't know if it can be, if it's included in this paro as well.
Yes, especially those that don't want to maybe stress their brain, they don't want to frown. Okay, just like when I was using that code to change my value to the currency. You understand? So there are some people that don't use their brain. You implement AI, but will teach you how to ask the right question based on each model. Based on each model, we teach you how to ask the right question.
Okay.
That's it, yeah. But just learning extra.
Yeah, in changing some money and getting a SIM. It's like, why don't you need it? You still haven't bought it. Where's your boy?
He's outside. You see.
My friend. No, the no that.
Yeah, you find him outside.
We wanted him to. So the best we can get him that side.
Yeah. If there are any other questions, I'm sure we would direct the question to you, perhaps on chat.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much for the time.
Thanks so much for your time.
So for the next meeting now, I'm sure it's going to be after we've done another project, I suppose.
Hopefully, yeah.
Okay. No worries.
Okay, please, when will the next project be posted?
So, I can't say for now, but
Okay.
definitely.
Okay. Thanks.
If you truly want to use a professional career in data analysis. So,
Okay.
if you know, okay, you want to actually get a job in this field, and you know that you're giving yourself time, at least 6 months of intense learning or 3 months of intense learning. After that, you start to position your portfolio to business insights project.
Sorry, I was just going to ask. Sorry to cut you short. This LinkedIn, because my LinkedIn is scattered and I don't even know where to start from. So, is there a way you can even arrange? I don't know how you do.
Okay, for LinkedIn, actually.
Yes.
I actually do a paid one-on-one section where I teach you how to do your LinkedIn section. It's a one-on-one section just like this, so that in case of maybe you want to change your headline later, you can be able to do it. But if you want it done for you, just you don't want it, also they can also do it for you. But also, I always encourage doing a one-on-one section where I teach you the settings, everything you need to do, because there are some people that they are on LinkedIn, but they're not going to get it. Like, no, it's not about followers. It's about recruiters noticing you, then following you, they'll be watching you, and they can even just send you a DM. Some people don't even know the settings to press so that anybody can message them. Because on LinkedIn, you cannot just message anybody who goes to if you tell you to pay for premium.
Yeah.
Exactly. So imagine your DM is not totally blocked. Then your primary following is not on following, it's just on connect. Just imagine that people are not seeing you as a people teach you everything about the person. The app is actually trained, but there is not learning in the app.
Okay, so this what of people like me that are transiting from a career transition, something like, we don't have an experience, a real life, how would I put it, work experience, kind of say. Or how do we place our? Because you're going to include CVs to this.
That's if you want to now start getting jobs. The thing is, from what background are you getting into? What area?
Okay. Okay, as an NGO staff.
Actually, like I said, you don't need to have any knowledge about it. people from local political science transition into the data analyst field, and they become good at it, get jobs, remote jobs, freelance jobs, and all of that. You don't actually, your degree doesn't have anything to do with then data analysis, actually. Just as
Well, I usually see background in statistics and all that.
and yes, it depends. Yes, because you need to have background in statistics. That is if you now want to go into data science. Yes,
Okay.
you go into data science. That is why I said
Okay.
there are information everywhere, misleading people. Though some is correct, some they just make it more to scare people. Make it to scare people. So you don't need to even have any knowledge. Just have this. Obviously, we are grown. We did little math in school.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So we know how to read and write normally. So that is what I mean by you don't need to have knowledge. Not that you don't need to know. But definitely you know English, you know a little math, you know some things. It's just like this analysis we are doing. You are already giving a business recommendation. This is the starting point. So when you want to go deeper and deeper, you can now maybe learn basic statistics, know a bit of all this. You go into programming language, Python. That's when you need to know a bit of all these things before going deeper. But if you don't need to know anything, we take people that don't know anything, like anything. That's why I think we start from basics. Like on YouTube, you see project, you watch it, but you don't know the basics where you need to start from before now getting to that point. That is why when we are teaching you, we tell you that don't look at this as simple things. Because before you got to this point, you went through kindergarten, you went through the primary, the secondary, before you now get to the university level. So it's just the same thing as this data analysis. We teach you from the kindergarten, that's the basic what you need to know. The sum function, the average, all those little things before you now graduate into interpreting business data. So that is the difference between our teaching. The only thing you need is just your interest, your willingness to learn, your enthusiasm.
Okay. Well noted. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Please, I have checked. Yeah, I've checked